Hey y'all, I'm doing a continuation of my YouTube video on making organic greens from the garden. And talking about telekinesis. Here's the way the greens are looking right now. It's kind of dark. Hold on just a second. Here's the way my greens are looking. If y'all can see them. That's about the way they're looking right now. They're still cooking, sauteing on the fire, and I'm getting ready to add more greens. As I add more greens, I also add more water. And it's still sauteing because it's sauteing with an open cover, and it's in a pan versus a pot that holds more water. So just watch. As you can see, I chopped them. I'm going to be chopping the greens. Well, this is how I chop them. I tab them from the stems. See? Tab my greens from the stems. First. While the others are over there cooking. And I add them little bit by little bit into the pan with the other ones. Some are gonna maybe get done a little more than others, of course, but that's not a bad thing. You just have different textures, which makes for an exciting dish. It makes it more exciting because you have more texture. You don't always want too many things of the same texture when you're cooking, because it kind of, it just makes for a better chewing process. More, it kind of goes, makes your taste buds jump more. And I have plenty of Mizuna greens also. This is a combination of mustard greens, collard greens, and turnip greens. I also have some Mizuna greens, and I have the seeds for those also. I have those on my website online, where people can get them some seeds if you all would like some seeds. I have the seeds online. So you see me getting ready to chop these. I chop most of the time I have more, but since I'm kind of dwindling down on my greens, I don't have as many to chop. But I chop them up about this much. See? You'll see once I finish chopping. See, about like this consistency. And here's my other greens in the pan. See how they looking. Now I include these in. The other ones are cooking. I include these in. Even though the other ones are still cooking, I include these in newly. Give them more consistency. And then I season. Every time I add greens, I season more. So just add a little more onion powder, garlic powder, curry. Just a little bit each time. Well, I'm going to switch it up. Instead of using curry all the time, I'm going to put a little bit of this Perfect Pinch rotisserie chicken seasoning. Where's the seasoning? And here's a little seasoning also. Wish I had some actual onions to put in with this, because it sure would make the dish better. And what I do after I kind of stir this stuff is I put the top on it to let it kind of steam. Basically, you got that water at the bottom, as you can see. You have the water at the bottom. See, it's not all the way. It's like kind of like a fourth of the pan is water. And what it does when I put the top on it, it steams the greens at the top. It kind of steams them because there's not a lot of water in there. So, because the water actually cooks down as you're cooking. So, because I'm letting it escape its steam, since I don't have it top on right now. But in order to let them cook, and also let them cook a little faster and make them tender, I put the top on from time to time. I don't keep it on. I put it on from time to time. Because I want them to saute too. If you keep the top on, they won't saute. I actually do have a few onions here, as my mom mentioned. She said the onions were in the refrigerator, so here's some. I just didn't notice them at first. You're ready to chop them. First, I chop this part off. Matter of fact, I'll give me a plastic bag. I kind of chop the skin off in a plastic bag, then I chop the onion. So I'm going to chop the skin. I always separate it like this. I chop one end of the onion first, then the other end. See the brown ends? You always chop those first. Man, I wish this light was working right here. I always chop the brown end of the onion first. And then to pull the skin away, I kind of chop like this. I just chop one side. See? I already chopped the ends. The brown ends of the onion. Then I chop one side and pull that skin on the way. Alright. Now, skin. Ooh, it's hurting. Now I chop them in, I dice it up. I dice the onion. Like this. I cut it partially. Like I cut it almost all the way down. When I'm cutting the onion rounds, I cut them almost all the way down because what I'm going to do is dice them up. And it allows the onion to hold in place while I'm dicing it. Because that's why I don't cut all the way down at first. See? Then I turn it. See how that is? It's still together, but it's kind of cut. And then I dice it again. Y'all forgive me for the lighting. The light at the I need to put another light bulb. There needs to be another light bulb put in this light up here. That's why it's kind of dark. I get another light bulb to put up there. But yeah, your onion, your greens, anything tastes so much better with something fresh in it, like some kind of fresh herb or some onions or some fresh garlic. Anything is gonna make anything taste better. You can use your garlic powder and your onion powder. That works. That's a good thing because it tastes good also. But it, putting you something fresh in there always makes it better. So I just dumped this in there. Notice I didn't cut it too fine. I cut it just enough. Still want some of that texture in there, some of the texture of the onions. It's about texture too when you eat it. Not just about taste. Not just, when you're doing anything, even if you're cooking just greens. It's about the texture. Now I'm going to include some of my stems. But I'm going to chop these up real fine. I'm going to chop them up finer than I did the greens aspect. The leaf part. I'm going to chop these up a lot finer. Matter of fact, I should have put these in first. I should have separated the greens, which I did, but I should have put the stems in first because it's going to take longer to cook. Stems take longer to cook than the leaf part, so you should put those in first. But it's not going to kill anything, so we have more greens leaves to cook. Yeah, but I'm gonna show y'all the from what I was talking about from that last YouTube video I was doing on this. The other video. This is the continuation video. I'm gonna show y'all that puppet was looking so real, and he was actually that puppet, that Native American puppet I was talking about that was dancing. He had dancing. It was like he put his spirit into that puppet, and that puppet, man, he was dancing like I dance. That's why I like. That was one of the reasons I liked it so much, because those are some of my dance moves. You'll see. I'll show it to you, and when you get to see it. I'm sure his energy. Anytime you're focusing on anything, your energy is transferring into it. So yeah, of course he was putting himself into it because he was focused on it. But that's just one example. That's just a very basic example of how you can your mind power. Of course, he was using physical power too, but it was more than physical power because can't just anybody. You can't just go up and make a puppet move like that. Make it look real like that without putting yourself into it. Of course, practice, work and all that, but it takes more than that. He's putting his personality into it. That's a very basic example of what I was talking about as far as telekinesis. Now, other people able to make things move without even using any physical power. Able to make things do what they need them to do without using physical force. We do it every day. You attract into your life what's inside of you every day. So that's telling you, again, you have all power. So to rely on some power outside of yourself makes no sense. Because that power is within you. It's in everything. Everything has a gravitational pull and the electronic field around it. As you can see, I'm seasoning these up again. Every time I add a vegetable, I re-season the top. Because I add them on top and then I stir them in. Salt. Rotisserie seasoning. And then I'm going to add oregano at the end. Because I want the oregano to be kind of fresh. It's dry, but I want it to be kind of fresh inside of there. So I always add it at the end. I might add just a little curry powder. A little more curry powder because I didn't use much. Garlic powder. Stir this in here real good because these are stems. They really should be tossed to the bottom. rest of these, just to make this faster, what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and cut this up real fine. Even though they have the greens leaves attached to them, I'm gonna cut them all up real fine because I'm trying to go ahead and get this going fast. That's the way you do it when you want it to move along faster. Okay. You play this one? Right. The one on the bottom. Yeah. Wash my hand. Step away, wash my hands for a minute. So hold on. Just a second. Ooh, I'm sweating. All this heat. Season all salt. Cover the top. Well, first stir and then cover. Bring it in now. And this way, some of it's this way is sauteing. It's gonna be sauteing and steaming. So I'm doing a saute steam. Basically, that's just what I can call it. Saute steam. Saute steam green. Cover the top as I'm doing this to see how. Good texture. Good texture. You don't want to put too much salt in anything because you can always add salt. So you never want to put too much salt. These already have a good texture though. I already tasted one of them. Yeah. As I'm chopping, I always put my top back on. Let it steam. So you get the process now. I think what I'll do is show you all the final outcome. But yeah, chop fine. So basically, this is the way you do it. Separate the leaves from the stems. You chop the stems real fine and put them in the water. Then you chop your greens leaves, put them in. You season, and then you let it saute for a while. Then you put the top on and chop some more greens, and you repeat the process. As you're chopping the greens, you put that top on, and then you take it off, let it saute, let the new greens saute long enough, and then you put the top back on. I mean, you let them saute, season, then you put the top back on to let them steam as you're chopping more greens. That's the way you do this. That's where you keep that taste, but you also get a good, really good texture. A real good fine texture. Tender texture. Alright. I'll show you all the outcome. Basically, you might be able to see, you can get an idea of what the outcome will be right here, because this is the way they look right now. Oh, I wish I had better lighting. Maybe, let's see, this is what I might have to end up doing here. Yeah, that's, you see how they looking? They look good. My mom making this peach cobbler, so that's looking so good. Alright, I'll show you all a picture of what the outcome is. Alright, catch y'all next time.